Well, hello there. Just 4 examples of a world gone mad. I think it may actually be 5. In this channel, we like to give away free things, and if there's going to be 4 examples of something, you'll always get a free one, a 5th one for nothing. That's the rules. I just did a bit of shopping there. This is first example. I sometimes think, some people in supermarkets, when they're finished at checkout, or rather when they're finished loading the conveyor belt at checkout and they put their basket down amongst the other baskets, with far too many people there's no thought there. They just throw their basket down, and in a lot of occasions what happens is the handle of the basket, instead of being one side or the other, goes into the middle of the basket, and the next person comes along, it can't properly put their basket in the little pile because the handle of the previous basket is in the way. Is there anything more irritating, I sometimes think we should be teaching kids certain skills at school, like O-grade basketing or O-grade basket placement, because they clearly haven't got a clue. And having done my shopping, I was coming along back towards the house there, and one particular street in Partick, I don't know what's going on there, but the pavement was absolutely strewn with pools of vomit and piles of dog poo. I've never seen so much dog poo in all my life. It was unbelievable. Well, I don't know what's going on there. I think, maybe we should be utilising potholes in the road for all this kind of mess. If you stay in Partick and you suddenly think to yourself, oh, I feel a bit sick, find a pothole in the road and do it in there. They're certainly deep enough that being there about the way, nobody will have to kind of stand or slip on it. And it's the same with dog owners. If your dog suddenly thinks, oh, I need a bit of a crap here, drag your dog into the middle of the road where there's a decent sized pothole and let it do the business in there. It's out of sight, out of mind. The second example of a world gone mad, and for a few days there I thought maybe I'd kind of dreamed this and it wasn't a reality. I just sort of imagined this scenario up, because I had vague recollections of being somewhere in the last couple of weeks and seeing a vending machine that was selling false eyelashes. And every time I thought about it, I thought that can't possibly be right, There can't be a machine selling false eyelashes. But when I checked the internet, apparently there are a few of them around. I think it might have been in Edinburgh. It could have been in Edinburgh Waverley railway station. And you think, what's that all about then? It's very difficult to imagine the sort of scenario where you would find yourself suddenly needing an emergency pair of false eyelashes. I must be honest and say I don't quite get the false eyelash thing with women. I don't understand it. When they're wearing false eyelashes, their eyes are constantly fluttering because they've got something in their eye. I've got something in my eye. Maybe all that flickering and fluttering's supposed to be attractive looking. And some women even shave off their eyebrows and then draw eyebrows back on again. Could somebody explain that to me? I don't quite understand that, Just another little example of a world going absolutely flaming bonkers. The third example, I was looking at a website the other day. It's a website owned by a public body. I'll not say who it is. And in kind of, you log on and you're navigating your way around various pages, and I noticed one particular link wasn't working. A link that would take you back to Yeah, back to a page that would give all your details. I thought that link's not working. It was there on every single page, so that in every page you should have been able to go back to the page with all your details, but for whatever reason the link wasn't working. I mean, I used to have a website, a very crude website. I'm far from being an expert, but I do remember that in order to create a link to another web page, you had to, you know, actually add the web link so that if somebody clicked on the text or a little box, it would take them to the particular page in question. So I thought, that's not working there, you know. So I sent an email telling them. And what I carry on, it turned into a major exercise. You think, I wish I'd never opened my mouth, you know. One of these scenarios where they're saying, can you send me a screenshot? And I'm thinking, a screenshot? There's absolutely no point in sending a screenshot. And then they're saying, have you tried a different browser on a different device? All this kind of stuff, you know, where you kind of sense that we're heading towards some sort of nonsensical bit of advice along the lines of, have you tried standing on your head and scratching your ear for a few minutes? It's just all flaming nonsense, like, you know. These people don't know. I mean, in fairness, it's probably my fault in not saying it at the outset. Could you just pass this information on to your web design department? They'll know instantly what I'm talking about. But instead, you're dealing with people in call centres who are doing their best to sort things for you, and getting more and more exasperated with every email that goes backwards and forwards. Then the one guy, he must have thought, I can no longer deal with this person. He's unreasonable. And somebody else came on, and her opening line was, what exactly is it that you're trying to do? I thought, oh, here we go. I just, you know, we're just trying to explain that this particular link is not working. But she went on to say stuff like, if you tell me what you're trying to do, I can help you with that, you know. She maybe sensed that this was an old person she was dealing with, and she would have to kind of go through a few emails. The first email would say, now, with the first page, click this thing in the middle, just a wee bit to the left of the middle, click that, and then email me back when you've done that. And the next email would say, okay, the next button you should click is... I mean, I sometimes think, is it just me? Is it, given my age, am I starting to find the modern world more and more difficult to either comprehend or deal with? Or is it just the case that far too many folk have got a serious lack of brain power? Or something. I don't know. I'm getting very hot here, actually. As I say, I was just outside there, and I've got every light on in the room here, so that just to illuminate the video. But I've got lights here. I've got the radiators just behind me as well. You can probably see that. I'm starting to burn up. Anyway, hopefully I won't self-combust. The fourth thing, is it the fourth thing? I've lost track. I recently, you might have noticed, I've not done any walking videos for maybe a few weeks, but I got a sore foot. The plantar fascia or plantar fascia underneath one of my left foot, in fact, just towards the heel, on the sole of your foot. Very sore thing. I don't know what I did, you know. I remember getting severe cramp one night. I don't remember anything. I had a few beers one night. I remember getting severe cramp in my bed, but I don't remember anything sore that night. But when I got up in the morning, I could barely put my weight on it. I'm thinking maybe severe cramp, it's stretched a little tendon or something, stretched that plantar thing a little bit and caused a small tear. And when you check the internet, they take a long time to sort themselves out. It's probably been about 3 or 4 weeks now. It is getting better, but it's gone up and down. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better. But this kind of fluctuation is gradually going towards it sorting itself out. it's just taken an awful long time. So I've not been doing any walking videos. I can get about the local area okay, but if I go further, I did walk up the Sound earlier on, and it was just starting to get quite sore, you know, almost at the kind of limping stage. Anyway, I handed in a self-referral form to the NHS to see a physiotherapist, and I got a text message on my phone and an email. And, the email said something like, "Important information, NHS, Greater Glasgow and Clyde. Click the secure link." You know, and you're looking at it, you're thinking, there's no way, there is no way I'm touching that secure link. There's just too many scams about, you know. And sometimes you do get coincidences when there is a scam afoot, when you have made contact with a particular organisation, you think, oh, it must be all right then. I'm not taking any chances. If they perhaps said what it was about, you know, if they just mentioned food or something, I would have known, but that's probably genuine. It's the same with the text on the phone. I just deleted it. I'm not clicking any links anywhere. Didn't have a smartphone anyway. In the end, I sort of thought, you know, I kind of checked scams and stuff, and in the end I did actually click it. I've got virus software that would have put a stop to it if it had been malicious. And it was a questionnaire in connection with the physiotherapy self-referral form. And apparently the code to get into this questionnaire had been in the text that's sent on the phone. But you could resend the text to get another unique number to get into this questionnaire. I think this is just what's going on here. So I thought, oh, it's a questionnaire. It's going to be, well, tell them how it happened, how sore it is, etc., etc. So I went and got my secure number. I'm in there, questionnaire. And, you know, often in questionnaires you get a little kind of progress thing at the top, from 0 to 100% to tell you where you are in the questionnaire, if you're near the end and how much you've done, etc. And they're sort of ready, questionnaire. I clicked the next button, and almost instantly it went 50% completed. And I thought, not sure that I've done anything. There was a wee bit of text telling you that you can maybe go to this source to kind of get information to maybe help yourself before the appointment, and then we'll send you a letter with an appointment. I thought, okay, fair enough, I've read that. Next, progress bar went to 100%. Questionnaire completed. And I'm thinking, what actually happened there? What convoluted nonsense was that? What is the NHS up to? What technology wizards in the NHS come up with that one? I mean, in the first email, could not have that information. Read this before your appointment. We'll send you a letter. There you go. Why was there the need to send a text of a secure number to get into this so-called questionnaire that was just a piece of nonsense? My God, the NHS is in serious trouble if that's the way they operate. Anyway, here's your free one. Have I missed anything out here? No, I think that's it. I was in the supermarket the other day at the checkout, Marks and Spencer. And Marks and Spencer bananas are usually pretty good. You know, they're good and yellow and ready to eat. In some supermarkets, the bananas are just as green as you'll ever get. They look as if they take about a year to ripen. It's this kind of ripen at home malarkey where you look at them and you think, tell you what, forget that, just send me seeds and I'll grow a tree in my balcony. I'll grow my own flaming bananas. Ripen at home. For God save us. But anyway, Marks and Spencer's bananas usually pretty good, sweet, you know. When you get that green banana, it's lacking sweetness, there's a bitterness there. But on this occasion, the bananas had a little bit of a green hue to them. And I was standing in the checkout, and a woman had bought some of these slightly green bananas and put them on the conveyor belt. And as we were waiting to get served, I said to her, yeah, the bananas are they're not just as good as they usually are. And she just, she looked at me long and hard with a complete blank look on her face, which is a little bit scary actually. I thought, well, there's a number of scenarios here. I mean, if she was deaf or if she was foreign, I think there would have been a sign or a clue either way there as to she wasn't understanding or whatever. The fact that there was just a blank look, a blank stare, it kind of smacked of dementia to me, to be honest. It might not have been. She might have just concluded that the question or the comment was not worth responding to, and that I was just a boring old diddy. And if it isn't dementia, then she's an ignorant twat. Well, here's another one. Here's another free one. It's about cauliflowers. I love cauliflowers. I remember being at the checkout and saying to the guy, "That's a good sized cauliflower." Sometimes they're a bit piddly, or not fiddly, piddly. And but this was a good, solid, rock solid sized cauliflower that had a lot of promise about it. And he was saying, yeah, his dad liked cauliflowers, but he didn't like them himself. You just can't beat a good conversation about fruit and veg, you know, whether it's cauliflowers or bananas. And unfortunately, sometimes in supermarkets, it's getting difficult to have that conversation. Perhaps we should be teaching kids in school about fruit and veg, you know, O-grade cauliflowering or something like that. Anyway, I'm starting to get very hot here. That's me done. I'm working on a video just now. It's almost complete. I've had to alter it so many times. There's been little inaccuracies and things, but I think we're done. I've just got to look at something in the Mitchell Library. I've got an appointment, which I may not use in the end, but I have to look at it. It's just, I can't put the video out until they do that. So until then, I'm Eddie Burns. Take care, and I'll see you again. Somebody switch these lights off. I'm getting burnt alive here.